I would like to go straight to what has happened at ground zero. We have prepared an authenticated report, and for my fellow friends and the medias, we will be handing over the report to you as well after this. Ground zero report of the incident that took place on 4th of December 2021 at Oting village under Mon district of Nagaland. On the fateful day of 4th December 2021, the daily wagers belonging to Oting village were indiscriminately massacred by the 21 paramilitary forces at Longkau area, Oting Diru Road under Dizit subdivision. It was on Saturday at around 3:30 p.m. It so happened that the pickup van laden with 8 coal miners were returning from the mining site at Diru Valley, as the coming day was Sunday, which the Christian believers consider it as a day of worship. While the family members were expecting the return, they heard the volley of gunshots at around 4:30 p.m. from the direction from which the vehicle they were expecting was to arrive. At first, the native villagers and family members of the victims thought that the Indian army and the insurgent group were exchanging a fight with each other. However, they grew apprehensive and alarmed as the clock struck 7:30 and the Bolero pickup van they were expecting was not reaching the village at a usual timing. Therefore, they informed the district administration about it. As they could not wait any longer, at around 8 p.m., they set out for a search operation, only to come across the empty pickup van with the bullet mark pierced through the windshield exactly at the location of the driver's position and blood-stained, covered with dust and mud on the floor of the vehicle. Consequently, they were then certain enough that something unfortunate took place that directly associated with their boys. Therefore, they chased the fleeing 3 vehicles of paramilitary forces and waylaid them. On inquiry about the whereabouts of the boys, they flatly denied having any knowledge about it. In the given situation, the villagers had no other option but to check the vehicles by themselves, only to find 6 of the boys covered under a turbulent, brutally massacred, and 2 missing. In what turned out to be a clever attempt, the security forces, in an effort to look them like the militants, they traced them with camouflage uniforms and wore them boots. There began a hot altercation between the 2 parties, leading to the physical confrontation from both sides over the missing of the 2 boys, which were supposed to be together. In the process, the security forces started firing abruptly upon the villagers, leading to the death and injury of several others on the spot. At first, they were even told to leave the spot peacefully with an intention to avoid further aggravation of their impending situation, to which they did not pay any heed to them. They even seized some of their bikes, and while they were fleeing on their bikes, the security forces opened fire upon them indiscriminately from different directions, killing 7 more civilians and injuring many others. The security forces did not even spare the 2 boys, which is People and Ngampo, who were hiding under a machine in a bid to abstain from violence. The concatenation of events continued on 5th of December 2021, where 1 civilian was shot dead and several others injured, while made the death toll to 14 and several others critically injured and are being hospitalized. It was only the next day the authority of Dibukar Hospital informed the villagers that the 2 boys, whom they thought to have been thumped by the armed force, were being hospitalized and were under severe condition. It was also learned that they were brought to hospital by some army personnel of the 21 paramilitary forces on 4th of December 2021. So in brief, these are the reports from Ground Zero, which took place on 4th and 5th of December at Oting village and subsequently at Mondang, for which the Eastern Naga Students Federation strongly condemned the cowardly act of 21 paramilitary force for killing 14 innocent civilians. The incident seems to be complete failure of the intelligence source and well-calculated attempt on the innocent civilians. An incident cannot be termed as mistaken identity at all. Therefore, the Federation appealed the highest authority of the country for judicial inquiry to identify all military force or army personnel involved in the incident to be booked up to the highest rank and punished under applicable civil code, and action taken must be laid down in public domain so as to bring about justice to the lives of innocent Naga brothers killed by the security forces. This is the demand of ENSF.